So in this video I'll be doing player ratings for yesterday's game when Everton played Brighton. Starting off with Jordan Pickford. It was quite a quiet afternoon for Pickford really, but I'll give him a 7 because when he had to make that save from Glenn Murray when Glenn Murray had a header, it was a great save. So I'll give Pickford a 7 for that. Sidibe, who played at right back yesterday, I'll give him a 6 because he was getting forward more than last week. But I just say positionally he's not the best, and a lot of Brighton's attacks, particularly in the second half, were coming down that side. So positionally I think there's work to do with him, and he was just kind of lacking that final ball that we know that he has in his locker. So I'll give Sidibe a 6. Michael Keane, I'll give a 7. He started off quite nervous, I think, having not played recently and all of that. But for me, he grew into the game and he dealt with most of Brighton's attacks, which again came in the second half. Next, Mason Holgate. I'm going to give Holgate an 8 because for me, he's somebody in the last few months who's just really stepped up. He reads the game way better than I think he did before. He's calm on the ball, composed, he can pass. And as I said, I'm just really happy for him because I know that some fans aren't keen on him, but I'm really keen on Mason Holgate, and I knew that he had huge potential, and I'm really glad to see that he's realising that because I just think he's he has the potential to be a really good centre back. Next, Luca Dean, and Luca Dean put in a performance, especially in the first half, like we saw last season. He was getting forward, he had that link with Bernard, putting some really dangerous balls in, and of course he created the chance for Richarlison when we scored. So yeah, a 7 for Luca Dean. More effective in the first half, but yeah, looking like that he's getting back to what he was. Next, Theo Walcott. I'll give Theo Walcott a 6. Of course, he should have had a penalty in the first half. And he was more effective in the first half on the right flank, but kind of faded in the second and was replaced by Coleman. So I'll give him a 6. Tom Davies, somebody who is discussed a lot by Everton fans. I'd give him a 7. Of course, he was brought in to put some energy into the midfield, basically, after last week. And the less said about last week, the better. But he was more defensive, but he did well. Brighton do have some decent midfielders, so I was quite happy with Tom Davies' performance. Gylfi Sigurdsson, I'll give him a 6. Much better than last week, but honestly that doesn't take much. I still think he needs to do more defensively, and there was one time that I remember that he was quite careless with the ball and Brighton dispossessed him, but actually he went and won it back. So promising signs from Gylfi Sigurdsson, but still work to be done, I think. Next, Bernard. I love Bernard, I really do. I'll give him an 8. He was our best attacking threat throughout the game. As I've said, that link with Luca Dean, but also just Bernard himself. Every time he got the ball, the Brighton defenders were having to turn and face their own goal. And he was really dangerous. He's really technical, skillful on the ball. And I'm glad he's fit again and playing, and I'll give him an 8. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, it was a typical performance from him, lots of energy. Not easy either against Shane Duffy and Lewis Dunk, two very physical, tall centre halves. I'll give him a 6 just because he couldn't finish those chances, but again it was a decent performance from Calvert-Lewin. Richarlison, I'll give an 8. It was great skill in the turn, a lovely finish, and again he stepped up when we've needed him, so another good performance from Richarlison, and he's into double figures now, which is great. In terms of the substitutes, Delph, I'll give a 5. He didn't really have much time and making anything happen on the pitch because he just didn't really have much time, and I think by then we were defending more. Coleman, I'll give a 6 as well for the same reason. He was defending a lot and he did his defensive duties very well, but he didn't really have a chance to get forward. And Mina, for me was not on the pitch long enough for me to give a rating. So those are my player ratings. Make sure that you subscribe to the Toffee Blues channel. They put out some really great videos. And if you enjoyed this one, then feel free to head over to my channel, which is called Everton Rose. I do regular match reviews. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and let me know what you thought of the players' performances yesterday in the comments, if you agree or disagree. Thanks for watching. Bye.